democracies around the world, healthcare isn't framed as a privilege, it's considered a right.
But in the United States, healthcare has functioned much like a caste system. Black Americans have historically been denied equal access, and these disparities ultimately contribute to the racial wealth gap.
Beginning under the system of chattel slavery, plantation medicine wasn't about protecting black health, it was about the preservation of white wealth.
In the 1840s, J. Marion Sims, lionized in textbooks as the father of gynecology, experimented on enslaved black women without providing anesthesia or adequate pain relief. These women were effectively sacrificed in pursuit of surgical advancement.
But advancement for whom?
After emancipation, with little access to medical care, black communities built their own hospitals, medical schools, mutual aid networks, and clinics. These institutions were lifelines, preserving both health and dignity. But in 1910, the Flexner Report, funded by the Carnegie Foundation, recommended closing many medical institutions due to their lack of modern equipment and teaching facilities, including 5 out of 7 black medical schools. The message to black communities was unmistakable. By 1923, only 2 black medical colleges remained.
Okay, that sounds bad, but I've also heard that black people refused medical care. Isn't that a big part of the health disparity?
Would you trust a system that experimented on your ancestors? Refusing care isn't the starting point. It's the outcome of generations of mistreatment.
Meanwhile, the medical experimentation begun during slavery continued.
My grandfather was part of the Tuskegee syphilis experiment in the 1930s. He thought he was receiving treatment as part of a study. He could have been cured when penicillin became available, but they withheld his medication to see how the disease would progress.
I had an aunt who was forced to have a hysterectomy around the same time through a eugenics program in California. Just like your grandfather, she was told she needed an operation, but never knew what the procedure was for.
After World War II, as a result of wartime policy and union negotiations, employer-sponsored healthcare became the norm. But black workers were often excluded from both the jobs and the unions that offered those benefits, locking many out of the health protections that white Americans came to rely on. Another discriminatory tactic: theft of genetic material.
In 1951, Henrietta Lacks, a black mother of 5, was hospitalized for cervical cancer. Without her consent, doctors extracted her cells for experimentation. These cells, now known as HeLa cells, were used to develop polio vaccines and HIV treatments, and to conduct research on infectious diseases, generating billions of dollars for medical research companies.
By the mid-1960s, after decades of protests, civil rights leaders like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and groups like the Medical Committee for Civil Rights and the Black Panther Party led bold efforts to build community clinics and demand systemic reform. But structural racism, underfunding, and political backlash limited the success of these efforts.
Health disparities persist.
Medical instruments are not designed or calibrated to work on black skin.
Black infants and their mothers are more than twice as likely to die in the hospital as their white peers.
And the effects of racial weathering continue to shorten black lifespans.
I always thought that good health resulted from the individual choices we made. But it seems that the health gap has little to do with choice.
You inherited a healthcare system designed to benefit you. Imagine where I'd be if my ancestors had had access to the same quality medical care that your family received.
The 10-to-1 racial wealth gap is not an accident. It is an engineered outcome of the effects of discriminatory policies, including healthcare.
The movement for reparative justice is not just about restitution. It's about securing economic justice, restoring stolen wealth, correcting policies that suppress black economic development, and ensuring that future generations have the opportunities our ancestors were denied.